Now, I just watched a video of President Obama in Portland, Maine from yesterday. And I'd like to take this opportunity to address a few points that the President made. So here we go.
Now, in fairness, and I want to be scrupulously fair.
Okay, you want to be scrupulously fair. My gosh, Mr. President, I use that term loosely out of respect for the office, definitely not out of any respect for the man. It's the video's 4 seconds in, and you've already telling a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. You know damn well you don't give a shit about fairness.
Some of them have now said, well, we want to repeal and replace this bill with our brand of insurance reform. But when you poke and prod and you ask them, well, what is it exactly you're going to replace it with? It turns out they want to deregulate the insurance market.
Now, Mr. President, again, I use that term loosely. That's not all the Republican plan is. There's a lot to the Republican plan. That includes tort reform, deregulating insurance to the point where you can buy insurance across state lines, and stuff like that. There's plenty of things that the Republicans proposed that, in all fairness, you didn't even consider.
We've already been there. We know what that's like. We're not going back. We're not going backwards. This country is ready to move forwards. Portland, Maine is ready to move forward.
That's right, Mr. President. You're taking us forward, all right. The only problem is you're taking us forward like a crazy horse that's out of control towards a cliff. And that cliff being despotism, dictatorship, and tyranny.
And while we're talking about moving forward, I just want to mention one thing. Kind of lost in the shuffle of all this health care debate is the fact that part of the bill that we signed, that I signed this week, is going to provide an additional $68 billion that used to go to banks and financial services companies, and that's now going to go to the student loan program. And I want to know, do they want to repeal that as well? Because I'm happy to have that discussion. $68 billion that was going to banks and financial institutions. We've just taken that money from the banks, from the financial institutions.
Okay, let me translate that for you. Because obviously since you have a propensity for telling lies, let me explain what you really meant by what you just said. The fact is you just stole, theft, thievery, robbed $68 billion from the private sector so that you and your cronies could nationalize the student loan program. You have taken money out of my pocket and pockets of the people like me. Anybody who has an IRA, a 401k, a SEP program, profit sharing. Those people have investments in banks that probably made student loans, and now they're not going to make those student loans anymore because the government's going to do it. And what about all those people who wrote those loans for the banks? All those people are going to lose their jobs. Who are they going to go work for? You? You're the one who cost them their jobs. You have just stolen $68 billion from the people of this country. Mr. President, these are not powers that should be given to the federal government. These are powers that are to be left to the states or to the people. But the Constitution to you is irrelevant. It's just a snot rag. That's all you use it for. You don't care about the Constitution. All you care about is your own megalomania, your own power. That's all you got that you care about. It's all about your image, your power, your Messiah complex.
Mess. I understand that. That's part of our democracy. This is democracy is a messy business.
You're damn right, Mr. President. Democracy is a messy business. That's why our founding fathers gave us a representative republic, you moron.